What's up? What's up? What's up? Thank you everyone for joining me. If this is your first time and you like what you see, please like, comment, and subscribe. Okay? Anyway, let me jump right into this video. So, this video was one of the videos that really got me into like watching crime videos. This video is far-fetched, but it's true. So anyway, story is Manny Salado. Manny is from the Dominican Republic, and he meets Exandria Salad, which later became his wife. So they met, he was in the Navy, beautiful couple, and then all of a sudden, I guess problems come like they always do. Marriage is hard, people. People don't understand that. Marriage is hard. You have to work at it. Things like money come along, and you're like, okay, you have to fight through those things. If it's worth it, and if you're meant to be. Anyway, so nevertheless, Exandria, when she met Manny, she had 2 children. She was a single mother. So she was like happy to find a man that treated her and her kids well. Once they started having money problems though and marital problems, Exandria ended up sending her kids back to live with her mother. And her and Manny moved, and this is with their daughter that they shared, just to try to get a grip on things and I guess make the marriage work. Well, they still were having problems, you know. Manny had left the military at one point, so they started having financial problems because Exandria was a stay-at-home mom. And then he ended up joining the Army Reserve to just make that supplemental income. Still problems. So what the twist and the turn comes in is that Manny ends up going back to the Dominican Republic for his brother's wedding. End up meeting someone he knew from the past, and things just clicked, you know? And so Exandria ended up looking and finding a software program. And yes, please be aware. When you start cheating, the other person, there are programs out here that they can look through your, not even legal, but, because it's just like your mail. But there are programs out there that people use to access every step you took on the internet. Every button you click, every website, every text you sent, all those things. Well, Exandria purchased one of these programs and found out Manny was cheating and talking about leaving her, wanting to be with this lady from the Dominican Republic. And she was like, no. So Exandria, a crazy horse, starts to look on the internet for how to kill my spouse. And it wasn't even like simple things. Like murder is never simple, but the things that you hear about a lot. Things like, okay, shoot them, stab them, choke them, something like along those lines. She started looking up cannibalism. She started looking up how to cut up the body. And it ultimately turned to her looking at how to roast a big pig. So, yes, she wanted to barbecue her husband. Anyway, back with it. So, Exandria ended up purchasing the items used to barbecue a large pig. Ultimately, one day they're looking at her. She tells her friend, like, look, can you keep my daughter for a little while and I'll be right back? Well, this girl leaves and doesn't come back for 3 days. She comes back in fatigues, a t-shirt, dirty, and they're like, girl, I was supposed to keep your child for a little while, not a couple days. And she's like, where have you been? And she wouldn't explain to her. And she's like, well, where's your husband? She wouldn't answer directly. So later on, her same friend that had kept her child asked, like, where's your husband? She's like, well, I shot him twice and I put him in the closet. Her friend's thinking, like, this bitch is crazy. Like, she can't be serious. And she was like, I dumped his body. So time goes past and the friend still doesn't see Manny. So she's like, okay, I'm going to the police. Obviously, it may be some truth to these things. And so her friend goes to the police, and the police ultimately found all these searches that she did, as well as blood in the car that ultimately turned out to be Manny's blood. So in the end, no body was found. But they ended up charging Exandria with Manny's murder. The crazy part is that Exandria, when these things were going on, she left town with her daughter and was on the run, basically. How she got caught, how so many people get caught is running their mouth. It wasn't even that she ran her mouth about the crime. She ran her mouth and was so outlandish till people were like, who is this chick that's in Florida that's acting like she's just above everybody? So looking her up, and boom, wanted for murder, and they come get her. So Azania does go to court, and she's sitting there looking professional, but obviously we know that Zandia has some problems, baby, because anybody that cooks a man, let it go. Please let it go, chick. Like, it is not that serious. But she obviously has some screws missing up there to even come up with a plan like this. And then to tell people, it came out of court that Zandia wasn't, she was accusing Manny, and just like so many times, people want to accuse you of cheating, and they're the one doing it. So Zandia was cheating with a man, and he had ultimately testified against her, saying that, look, she told me she killed them, and she cooked them. Chopped them up and cooked them. Whether she ate them or not, we don't know. But the evidence does point to there was no body. She was gone for 3 days. Manny's blood is in her trunk. And she bought all the things to cook them. She barbecued them. Sad, sad. Blessings up to Manny's family. Terrible situation. It sounds so outlandish that you're like, did this chick really barbecue a dude? Let it go. Anyway, but it, all the evidence points to it. So no matter how outlandish it may sound, if that's what the evidence points to, then more than likely that's what happened. She was convicted of his murder. His family, of course, was devastated, and to know the nature of how he died. I mean, even at one point before he was killed, Manny went to his friend like with tears in his eyes, like, look, I'm scared. My wife is trying to kill me. So he felt that vibe around at home. Maybe he saw the internet searches long before then. Who knows? But this girl was actually crazy that she had her husband scared. He knew this thing was coming up on him, She had been looking for weeks on how to figure out how to kill him. And she ultimately did. So it's not just, a lot of times my last video, and a lot of times we just think about protecting a woman and a woman being safe. But in reality, it's sometimes the woman that you need protection from, and that's crazy, So you gotta protect yourself, males too. And like I said with the last video, have a plan. Have a plan to get away and if he had to go back to the Dominican Republic and say, you know what, I'm running. Look, do what you have to do to be safe, because a lot of people cannot accept no. I don't know if their parents did not tell them no when they were younger, but they can't accept no. And so, you have to get out the safest way possible when people are, if I can't have you, no one else can, Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like I always say, please like, comment, and subscribe. That's the link above. And until next time,